The Gallagher Ford right up underneath the rear tailgate of the Mark Cromie Holden. Halfway through the final race, Kane Lobb looking to maintain his championship lead and the round victory. An untroubled weekend for him, certainly mechanically. Unlike Chris Pither, there's Simon Byrne's view of it, the McDonald's Ford. Every time we go to that onboard shot, I feel hungry.
There are so many different ways into that corner and coming out of here into the Castrol curve. It's fantastic how the drivers can reinvent themselves. I mean, there's always one basic racing line. But look at this, here we go again. Can he get that XR8 from the home of the electric fence and come back with an electric smash down the back straight in the Gallagher Ford? Look at the Mark Cromie Holden Ute.
Yeah, he's got the run this time. Battles further back. The Kernaghan's battling there with Peter Robb for the 7th, 8th and 9th positions. Pither makes it stick again. See if Lobb can cross him over. May not be quite close enough this time.
So one guy's driving in the mirrors. The next lap, the other guy's trying to, right up the old bumper.
I mean, Pither's got so much experience racing these cars. He was a round winner in the Australian V8Ute Championship in Surfers Paradise this season. And he has been running a Holden, so he knows the car behind him pretty well.
4th overall across the Tasman. Safety car, yellow flag.
Oh, okay, safety car. This will make things interesting.
So no doubt we've got some more debris on the circuit. There's been a bit of oil out there at times.
Well, the Mad Butcher's not out there, so I don't think a bag of sausages has fallen out the back of his ute.
So there it is, more drama yet to come. Oh, turn it up.
The AMG Mercedes safety car out on the racetrack, so a safety car is called. This could make things interesting. It's certainly going to help the likes of Junior Burner and those back and forth. Peter Chaos Ward in 4th, Scott McKelvey 5th, Dave Stewart has recovered back to the 6th position. So Kane Lobb, maybe just a chance to cool the tyres down and try and mount another challenge to get back around. Here's the Kernaghan boys. Dirty Dave's showing some battle scars to the rear of the silver number 10 machine.
Good clean weekend for Senior Burner down the back there too, and of course the Rocket Man, Peter Robb.
Yeah, Senior needed that after last weekend.
Yeah, just cool, calm, just get back in the car and don't do anything that's outrageous. He had the moment there with the sun in race 1. Great finish down to the line, but he just wants to come back and get back behind the wheel and do some racing this weekend. Now, this is really going to bunch the rest of the field up. The guys like Ward, McKelvey, Stewart, Robb, the Kernaghans, and Senior Burner as well, a chance to actually get back into this race. And you're still going to have this hot dog, two-dog, top 2 shootout right from the get-go.
Chaos doing a good job. He's back there in the 4th spot, belying his nickname of Chaos. He's had a chaos-free weekend in the Middleman Recyclers Ward Demolition Holden.
He said he's having one of the best weekends since he had a great scrap at Pukekohe a couple of years ago when he got onto the podium.
You never say that before a final race in V8 Utes, do you? You just don't say it. So here's Mike Lightfoot. So he's caught right up onto the tail of the field. That's SOS Jeff Spencer. It's not a bad view. So we're going to go back to green here. The AMG Mercedes safety car peels off into the pit lane. Pither leads them back down to complete 9 laps, 3 to go.
The Metro Man's down the hunt on the inside, but it's still Pither.
Oh, lock up from McKelvey right in the middle. Stewart's going to try and get around him, and it continues off. Stewart's got damage to the left front wheel of the Metro Holden.
Now they're sliding and drifting, and the boss has just gone wide. You can see that. He was pumped up to try and take that inside line, but it's just caused a bit of chaos for himself.
So I think Dave Stewart's race will be over. I'm pretty sure it's broken something in the left front suspension of the Metro Holden. Undoes a good weekend. He was 2nd in points for the round.
He'll be disappointed with that because obviously it's hit one of those ripples and done some damage on the car.
On board with Junior. Kane Lobb. Here's Dirty Dave. And Scott McKelvey and
oh, they're 4 wide.
SOS Lightfoot. Lightfoot's got the eyes on. He's all of a sudden gone, yes, I've caught up to the back of the field on board, looking out the back. Graham Burns carrying some front damage in behind him in the number 17 John Jones Steel example.
That was like the charge of the Ute Brigade there for a while. They're all coming at you.
Brownie's just about fell out of his commentator's chair laughing so hard at that one. That was always going to happen. So, Pither, Lobb, Byrne, Chaos, Jeff Kernaghan. He's had a solid weekend.
Ripples was doing very, very well down at Teratonga.
Ripples.
So there's your top 3 out in front. And Ward, Kernaghan and McKelvey having their own little wee scraps. So we've got a 3-way scrap for the lead now. Look at this. How many laps to go? 2.
Just a couple. Just a couple. Here's another peek anti-freeze replay. Stewart down the inside of McKelvey. Side by side through one. Contact there. That's broken, I think, the left front steering of the Metro Holden. Here's another view at it. That Marshall got a good view at it. Off the grass.
It's such a tight little return at Timaru, but it's always so inviting when they get the old red mist.
There's been a few off at that part of the track. Oh, where's Junior come from? Simon Byrne and Kane Lobb side by side.
Talking about red mist. Forward and Holden.
Just about became one. Lobb holds onto the spot, but only just. Byrne obviously got a great run to the outside off the back straight. It's taken a little bit of pressure off Chris Pither.
Yeah, well, it seems like from the restart, from the get-go, Chris Pither was able to get away from Kane Lobb. He's now just been monstered by the McDonald's team forward.
What do you reckon Junior's thinking? Well, Kane, you've had a trouble-free run through the championship. You haven't had a big panel built. How about I give you a hand?
A bit of contact, mate, bit of rubbing and racing. They'll be racing as hard and fast as they can, but still smooth and fast and slick.
Wonderful conditions in front of a big crowd here in Timaru. Jeff Kernahan, he started out in position 9 off the grid. He's up into the 5th position.
Car 22, that's Spence. Right behind him, this is Buzz, Mike Lightfoot. Lovely sound as they wind it up, don't they?
Nothing quite like a V8. It's Kane Lobb. Well, he was having a big look there at Pither.
Right, just a couple of laps to go now, and you always sense that Kane loves to have a bit of a look down the inside there, doesn't he?
Yeah, you know that Pither's going to be covering that line. Minutes towards the end of the race, the rear tyres are really starting to screen now. Pither's looking strong.
They'll pack all the stuff into the back of those utes and go off to the next round. That's the great thing about these cars. They're so versatile.
Pither's looking strong, but Kane Lobb is really working him over here, and so's Junior. Strong run here for second in the points, former 2NZ. Took a season off, and he's back with a vengeance. Certainly here, we're back on board the McDonald's Ford. Last lap board out, 1 to go.
He's loving it, we're loving it, the fans are loving it. Will the Gypsy hang on?
I reckon Pither might be in a little bit of rear tyre trouble. He's just got sideways a couple of moments there. Usually he's pretty straight. Here's McKelvey ahead of Dirty Dave, Kernahan and Spence. On board with Lightfoot, who's in the 8th position.
Seems to be managed to work his way up the field. Look at Junior down the outside, big move.
Yeah, Lobb's got the inside run though. Can the McDonald's Ford live there on the outside? He's going to give it a go. He's going to give it a go. Lobb gives him good room, but he's got the inside line to 5.
Good racing though. How close was that?
A little bit of understeer. I think he got out there on the marbles, Junior, and it's cost him some ground. A car length to Kane Lobb. Chris Pither looks under control here. Looking for win number 5 for the championship. He's going to get some points back off Kane Lobb, but nowhere near enough for him to really be an issue without some problems for the Mark Cromie Holden.
But he will close just a few more points on that battle for second between himself and Junior Burner.
Pither takes the 3rd and final race victory at Timaru from championship leader Kane Lobb. Simon Byrne in 3rd. Peter Chaos Ward, fantastic result for the Ward Demolition Holden. We go back to Jeff Kernahan, another solid result for Ripples. Scott McKelvey, after some contact, will salvage 6, but I don't know if the championship's back on track, but Chris Pither with another victory here in the NZ V8 Utes. The reigning number 1 NZ takes the victory from Kane Lobb. Ford leading home Holden. Simon Byrne in 3rd for the Ford vans. They go back to Peter Chaos Ward in the Holden. Jeff Kernahan in the Ford. 3 Fords, 3 Holdens inside the top 6.
Chris, mate, congratulations. That was a fantastic race, but the boys were certainly giving you a bit of a hard time.
Yeah, they definitely were. You know, I think it was an awesome race out there. We swapped lead, I don't know how many times, but we put some different rubber on the outside of the car that time, and the tyres just didn't seem to have the grip on turning that the other set had, so we lost a bit of speed, but still managed to pull off the win, so we got the points. It's all good.
Kane, mate, thanks very much for the entertainment with you, Chris and Simon there, but you never gave up till the very end.
Yeah, didn't give up. I was sort of in a bit of a Ford sandwich there, but I think the guy in front's always driving defensive, and they sort of dropped back a bit. So, I mean, we're all over each other. It was an awesome race. I mean, we only touched once, I think, and I mean that was sort of the most memorable race I've had in the Utes, I think.